like drawing and sculpture, why should any of us learn something like this? This is meant for an artist, not for an architect. If the architectural school is your way to have the mindset of an architect, this will make every subject you study is like a skill you learn. And the most important thing you need to learn is not every skill you will learn, you will have a direct result. Like maybe the 3D programs, when you learn these specific programs, you will be able to do this kind of models and visualizations. And this is a directed skill, either if it's a 2D drawing, a 3D modeling, or a visualizations. The opposite side of a directed skill, like the programs, is learning how to draw. Drawing is not a directed skill. When you learn drawing, you will not be able to do a specific thing. It's like an underlying code for your mind to process information. Any professional architect stick to a specific design process, and any process contain number of steps. At the very first, we need to understand how the light interact with form. Every form contains thousands, if it's not millions, of polygons, and every specific polygon facing the light with a specific degree. And this is what creates a different values in the same form. And to measure this lighting effect, we need to understand two things. At the first, the linear value scale, and this is starting from 100 to 19 to 18 to 17 until 0. And according to this linear scale, when a polygon turns to a 45 degree, it becomes emissions by a 15%. But this is not how the light really interact with the surfaces in the reality. According to Lambert's emission law, when a polygon turns to 18 degree, it is lighting by 45%. And when a polygon turns to 18 degree, it's lighting by 99%. So how this scale is actually working? This is the linear value scale, and this is the Lambert's value, and this is how the two scales looks like on the shaded surfaces. And one of the most important difference between an amateur and a professional is that every professional stick to a specific process. We draw the proportions right, separate the light and the shadow by the terminator line, and then shading the darker halftone, shading the lighter halftone, darken the shadows to show the reflected light. And now you complete your first drawing. The argument of this video is why any architect should learn this specific subject and practicing on. As we said previously, not every skill you will learn it will get you to a directed result. At the very first, you will learn drawing and shading to make your sketches more accurate and more presentable. And believe me, this is a very good skill for any architect on any level. But this is not everything you will get from learning this subject. When any project comes, it needs to be processed to produce a final architectural work. This process contains a number of steps, as we said previously. And every step needs a set of skills to make the most of this step. And at this level, we start to speak, if I may saying, a subconscious skills. And learning these skills is like the underlying code of every step in the process of designing an architectural work.